Hey there again, everyone. Normally I wouldn't do, two videos this close together, but today's a bit special. I set it up with the funny. Now we're going to try to get a little bit serious here. I just went to see the new Stein movie, Expelled, the other night, hoping to at least hear a new argument. But it was the same old crock of shit that they always roll out. Most prominently, the idea that Darwinism is some kind of slippery slope that leads to Nazism, making the claim that Hitler was an atheist and practiced a Darwinist ideology. Normally I'd just blow this off as a sign of idiocy, but with the movie out now, this argument is bound to have a resurgence. First, Hitler was a devout Catholic. Yes, it's true, easily verifiable, and the logical conclusion after viewing his actions. An atheist would not have chosen Aryan Christians as the master race. Because of his Christian education, Hitler saw the Jews as the killers of Christ, and he saw his war in part as God's vendetta against them. He never denounced the church, and enacted Christian laws as German law. He outlawed abortion, and he, Mussolini, and Franco all had close ties with the Vatican. Also, the labeling of his master race stems from a purely biblical source. The slavery issues in the Bible clearly left room for superiority in giving the right to take other peoples as slaves. Viewing the Aryans as the Christians, it's easy to see the other people as inferior and free game as slaves, which is what Hitler did. He went out, took over an area, put the people to work as slaves, and the people being his property, as the Bible says, when they were no longer of any use, he destroyed them. There's nothing atheistic about any of that. Second, Hitler was not a Darwinist. He was practicing eugenics. And eugenics is not Darwinism. It's social Darwinism, which is a gross misdefinition of Darwinism. Darwinism is based on evolution through natural selection. Once you try to apply that as a social construct, it's no longer natural. It's artificial selection. Hitler wasn't trying to let evolution take its natural course. He was trying to breed people, like dogs or horses. The idea of breeding through artificial selection was around long before Darwin. His idea was simply, hey, couldn't this same process be occurring naturally? Well, guess what? Artificial selection was discovered by Gregor Mendel, a monk. Personally, I think a more accurate term for the idea behind eugenics would be social Mendelism, but maybe that's just me. The point being, the ideas had nothing to do with it, though. Hitler was just a fucked up individual. But if you want to blame the ideas and the sources of those ideas instead of the individual, they're the Bible and a monk. You keep trying to throw this on our doorstep, when in fact it's all on you. Also, before I wrap this video up, I had one more problem with Expelled. Well, actually I had a bunch, but this was my other big one. It was Stein's interview of Richard Dawkins. Stein performed the classic creationist gotcha that I mentioned in my possibility video. He asked Professor Dawkins to state an example in which intelligent design could be possible, and when Dawkins obliged, he essentially said in his voiceover, "Gotcha, bitch! You believe in ID too." Dawkins was merely stating a possibility, and it's one that he's said himself that he doesn't find to be highly probable, because it doesn't answer any questions. It only prolongs the inevitable of life arising through some kind of natural process that, we currently don't know. But the fact that we don't know it doesn't mean that it didn't happen that way. 200 years ago, no one knew atomic theory. It doesn't mean that atoms and protons and electrons didn't all act the same way then that they do now. I just wanted to bring that one up before someone tries to put up a Dawkins pwned by Stein video. But hopefully this has cleared up some logical fallacies. Good day to y'all, and peace.